Hi guys, welcome to Dark Horizons, I guess.
Hi, Garth.
Hello.
You've both been to drama school before this, and then you did some TV work.
Yes.
This is your first big film?
Yeah.
Both of you?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. But we'd
I
both
left-
done dramas and things, hadn't we?
Yeah, I left drama school that June. Did a job, and was cast in this by August. So it was a bit of a rocket out of drama school. Baptism of fire can be a good thing, though. I learned a lot incredibly quickly, and doing stuff that I never thought I'd do. So to do it so soon out of leaving drama school was a complete blessing. Very lucky.
And how did you get involved?
I'd left. I mean, I'm still very green. I left in 2012. I left my drama school then, and I did some theatre first, and then some television. And whilst I was making a television series, this audition came through, and I went along and auditioned. Really, it was it wasn't Matthew Vaughan ringing my agent saying, we've seen your client in such and such. I went and auditioned like everyone else, and one audition led to another, and then eventually he rang me and offered me the part.
But you hadn't, you did, when you worked with Colin Firth, you said, one of the things you said in an interview with him was that one of the great things about him, he didn't offer unsolicited advice.
No, exactly, yeah.
So did you actually ask him for some advice?
No, absolutely
Solicited,
I did.
yes. Unsolicited, no.
Well,
Yeah.
I think everyone's very keen to draw this, in my opinion, relatively crude comparison between mine and Colin's relationship and and these fictional characters. And Colin's not the kind of guy who would go, do you know what you need to do? Here's what you need to do, because I know what I'm talking. He's a very modest, very humble, very intelligent man, and he is. There was a day on set, for example, where I was really struggling with a scene for a reason that is still unknown to me, and I was getting frustrated and getting tense, which is completely the enemy of where you need to be. And it was a scene with Colin, and this went on for ages and ages and ages. And Matthew wasn't able to get round it with me either, because it was a sort of actory problem, And at some point I said to Colin, mate, you've got to help me out here. And he went, okay, so here's what you need to do, in my opinion. So he had it there, but he understands that to have given that to me without my requesting it would have undermined me and compromised my confidence, I suppose. So yes, he's full of advice should you seek it, but he wouldn't give it.
But did you learn anything from him or Kane about by osmosis, basically, just picking them up, watching them?
Yeah, well, I have a lot of scenes with Mark Strong, and his presence is just, he's always someone that I've looked out for, because I just admire anyone that can be in that many films, yet I can't tell you how many times I've said to my dad, yes, Mark Strong, you know that guy, and he still doesn't click, so he's a complete chameleon. But so poised.
Authority almost straight
Yeah,
away.
yeah, totally. He's just got this air about him that, and being, things on set could be so frantic, and yeah, I was nervous, definitely being on something that scale. So to be in that presence, you can't help but pick up his way of being. I
think if there's anyone I learnt anything from, because you can't imbibe Michael Caine, you can't learn that talent. But Mark Strong has this wonderful knack of, in the chaos of making an action film like this, just doesn't let it get to him. I'm here to do my job, and I'm going to do it. Well.
Very separated.
And he's he's very technical as well. Like, because it's drama school, you have a few film classes, but the actual technique of filming is a completely different world. And he is so, if anything, I just learned to ask a lot of questions, and he's so precise about what he does.
But is it intimidating at all when you do, say, a scene like you're drinking with Michael Caine? I won't spoil the details, but especially with that bit at the end where he insults you, he drops the posh accent, and I love that bit. But was that intimidating at all?
Yeah, of course. And to be honest, that I absolutely love the relationship between Harry and Eggsy, and I believe it's at the heart of the film. But if there's one scene that I am most proud of, and I could sort of chop out and put on my show reel, as it were, it's that scene with Michael Caine, because I was nervous before, because it's Michael Caine. And I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. But yeah, you've got to just sort of get on with it, really. Know your lines well. Don't go into a scene with Michael Caine not being prepared. And just try and do the best you can do.
I'm glad I just had to shake his hand. That was nerve-wracking enough.
Matthew Vaughan said, he's one of these directors who knows what he wants and he goes directly after it, sort of thing. How is that to work in as a system? Is it very rigid? You're told exactly what you have to do, or do you have some freedom to explore stuff?
Yes, yeah. I think provided you are, you follow his direction, and you are very clear about any problems you have, and there's no time for waffle with Matthew. He is fine as long as you're straight with him. And I like a director to be direct, and if you adhere to the way he works, then he will allow you freedom, and that's what I discovered. So if I listen to exactly what he wanted, because you're quite right, he has a very clear vision, worked within those parameters, then he would afford me some freedom to play with dialogue even, and to have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And he gets a real kick out of that. Matthew Vaughn loves actors, and he's thrilled and excited by seeing people have a mess in a play,
Yeah. He's open to you just coming with what you have, and unless it's totally not what he wants, he's not going to say anything. He's going to let you carry on trying, and he goes on that little journey with you, unless it's something exactly that he doesn't want, and you have to just throw your trust in with him. If you're doing something wrong, basically.
Yeah, if you're doing something wrong, because he'll tell you over a God, Mike, you look ridiculous.
Yeah.
But once you've built up that thick skin, you're okay.